Welcome back to School of Civil Engineering. This is Hedaetullah with another new video. As we have started a Tekla Structural Designer tutorial series, and this is its 11th lesson. And in this lesson, I am going to discuss about you that how we'll apply earthquake load, seismic load on our structure. So in our previous two videos, I have shown you that how we'll apply load and also wind load on our structure by using Tekla Structural Designer, and in this video I'm going to show that how we'll apply the earthquake load on our structure. So if you new to our channel, then subscribe to our channel, and also I'm going to open our model. So this is our previous model, and if you don't know about that model, you can watch our previous video. That all link are given in description. So to apply earthquake load, and also in our previous video I have shown you that how we'll apply that wall wall panel. Okay, so in this video I'll show you that about earthquake load. So to apply earthquake load, just we have to go here, load case. So from here we'll select add, then from here we'll select earthquake, then from here we'll select seismic. Okay, we'll select seismic, then okay. After that, from here we'll select earthquake load, and now we'll go here seismic load. Okay, we'll go here seismic, we'll just click here seismic load, then we'll go here Seismic Wizard. Now from here we'll just click here analysis procedure to used site specified spectra user defined. Okay, if you select that, you have to give here wall value, according to your work, but I am going here according to code. So as I have defined it ASCE code, ACI code or ASCE code, so I will go with respect to ACI code, ASCE code. So I'll just click here and then next. After that, you have to give here the value, the height to the highest level. Here is the highest level 55, because our building is 5-story building and every story difference is 11 feet, so it's 55 feet. Then ignore seismic in floor and below. So if there have suppose you want to ignore the seismic load below some floor, so you can also ignore that, but will not ignore. Okay, we'll consider every floor as a seismic floor. So number of story, it's 5. You have to give here the value, it's also 5. So after that, site occupancy, you have to give here soil properties not known. If you click here soil property not known, okay, or also you can give here the, or when you will click here soil properties not known, then it will consider your soil is the medium soil. Okay, so just untick here, and from here select your soil. So I will soft soil, steep soil, very dense rock, hard rock. So I'll select here steep soil, because almost every soil are steep soil. After that, from here risk category. Okay, from here you have to select risk category, at which category your building are in. So you have to give your risk category that importance factor. Okay, also you can click here, and here the important factor. What is the important factor of your building? That also available in your code. So I'll just give here 1. Okay, then seismic design category. Okay, seismic design category. Then from here seismic design category. Okay, just alternative seismic design category determination from table 11.61 alone. So just click here, otherwise user defined Okay, you can give her seismic design category. From here you can select A, B, C, D, anything. Okay, so I'll just not to going that. So if you also select that, from here you can select your seismic design category, at which category design you want to do. So if you select a category A, it will be very simple, and when we'll go in down B, C, D, E, F, and its category will be, that category will be very dangerous zone. Okay, so here the maximum earthquake spectral response acceleration. So from here SS short period, you have to give here a value SS short period. So and S on the fast period. Okay, so you have to give here two value, and design spectral, this is for maximum earthquake, and for design spectral response acceleration also you have to give her some value in %Z. Okay, for short period and for fast period. Actually here the SS and S1, what is that? The fast period. So this is nothing but the zone coefficient. Okay, the zone coefficient, earthquake zone coefficient. Okay, so if you give here 0.2, okay, so according to your code you have to give here, in which zone you are creating your model, and for which zone you are doing your design code. Okay, and what will be that? So this is the nothing but your Z value, your zone coefficient, earthquake zone coefficient value, and here will be the 2.5 times 2.5 times of your that S1. Okay, SS will be 2.5 times of S1. So just you will get that value, the value of SS and S1, you will just found that value in your design code. Okay, so if I show you according to ASCE, just see here, this is according to ASCE 705, and also this zone is for BNBC, because as BNBC and ASCE are same according to their characteristics. So from here this is the zone coefficient, and this is the value of SS, that is actually 2.5 times of S1. So okay, so here we'll give her 0.5, right, 0.2 and it's 0.5. so this is our maximum earthquake spectral response acceleration. Okay, and from here also you can select seismic design category. At which categories building you are. So D will be the very dangerous, A will be the simple, B, C, like that. So also you can leave it. Okay, and also you can select it that it will select from the code. So I'll prefer that you will select that. After that actually according to that code, ASCE 710, I have selected ASCE 710, sorry 716, I have selected ASCE 716 code. So in that code you have to this value S1 and SS is the minimum value is 1. Okay, minimum value is 1, so I'll just give here 1, and also I'll just give here 2.5, like that. So 1 and 2.5. So according to ASCE 7 2016, I have selected that code. So now we have defined everything. Now we have to click next, and from here available load case. For which load case, I mean seismic loading, for which load case it will consider its load. So from here, first of all we'll select self weight, then click here, and also you can just select that, and also you can change that factor. So we know that it will consider full structural self weight and for self weight of slab, and also we can select dead load, the dead load. So here is a load, and also you can manage that. It will only consider its total structure, but it's safe to use the dead load. So okay, then click next, and here include localization. If you select that, you have to give here that value. I think it shouldn't be, so just click here, and this is for this for response spectrum analysis, and also for several value. I think it shouldn't be, and you can click here skip seismic drift check, and I will select that. Okay, then click here finish. So after that, it's telling you initial parameters: delete or replicate combinations, delete all previously generated combinations, replace only combination generated by runs. Okay, so from here you can select that. So I will click here next. So from here you are seeing that they have some load combination for that earthquake. Just click here, then click next. They have another for service load, then finish. So after that, when we have done that, so when we have done that, we'll go here combination, and from here just see here they have combination, and if you click here generate, and so we have already done it. So we'll just cancel that, and from here we'll press these are all load combination, 21 load combination. So I'll just click here. Okay, so after that we have defined our seismic load. Now we'll apply that on our structure. Okay, so to apply that load on a structure, we'll just click here, and we'll click here decomposition. Just click here, and it's taking time to decompose, so it's done. So finally we have also applied it a load on our model. Okay, now if we go for some check that our applied load is okay or not, just we have to click here validate, then from here see that our model is okay, our wind model is okay, meshing is okay, decomposition is okay, solver, BMI, everything is okay. Okay, just now we have to analyze our model, and then we have to design our model according to the code. So in our next video I will show you that how we'll analyze our model and how we'll find out different types of value from there. So thank you very much, and if you think that was helpful for you, just press the subscribe button and also press the bell icon so that you get every update every first, and also like our video, share our video, and don't forget to leave a comment. So thank you very much. Stay connected till next video.